All right, boys and girls, this one is called the Hello Goodbye Window. Do you notice something? It's the Caldecott Medal. You learned about that with Mrs. Casamassa in the library. This means that this book won the award for Best Picture Book the year that it was written. So the Hello Goodbye Window was written by Norton Juster. He wrote the words, so he's called the author. His friend Chris Rashka drew the pictures. He's called the illustrator. Good work. All right, here we go. The Hello Goodbye Window. I think, what do you think? That might be his mommy and his daddy. What are they doing? They're saying goodbye, aren't they? I think they're saying goodbye. I bet maybe they're going to work, maybe. Nana and Poppy, that's what he calls his grandma and grandpa. Nana and Poppy live in a big house in the middle of town. There is a brick path that goes to the back porch, but before you get there, you pass right by the kitchen window. That is the Hello Goodbye window. It looks like a regular window, but it's not. Look, he stands up there. The kitchen is where Nana and Poppy are most of the time. So you can climb up on the flour barrel and tap the window, then duck down, and they won't know who did it. Or you can press your face against the glass and frighten them. If they're not in the kitchen, you can't do any of those things, and you have to wait until next time. If they see you first, they wave and make silly faces. Sometimes Nana peekaboos me, which always makes me laugh. So I get a lot of extra fun and hellos even before I get inside. Seems like he must love going to his Nana and Papa's house. Just look at the kitchen. It is so big. It has a table you can color on and lots of drawers to take stuff out of and play with. But you can't touch anything under the sink because you could get very sick. There are shelves full of glass jars with lots of everything in them. A step stool so I can wash my hands, and all kinds of pictures from the olden days. Nana says she even used to give me a bath in the sink when I was little. Really? Sometimes Poppy plays his harmonica for me. He can only play one song, Oh Susanna, but he can play it in a lot of different ways. He can play it slow or fast, or he can play it sitting down or standing up. He says he can even play it and drink a glass of water at the same time. But I've never seen him do that. When I stay over, we have our supper in the kitchen too. And when it's dark outside, we can look at our reflections in that window. It works just like a mirror, except that it's not in the bathroom, and it looks like we're outside looking in. Poppy says, "What are you doing out there? You come right in and have your dinner." And I say, "But I'm here with you, Poppy." And then he looks at me in his funny sort of way. Poppy's funny. Just before I go up to bed, Nana turns off all the lights and we stand by the window and say goodnight to the stars. Do you know how many stars there are? Neither do I. But she knows them all. That's a lot of stars to know. So I guess Mommy and Daddy didn't go to work because he gets to stay overnight. So maybe they went to someplace special. In the morning, the first place we go is back to the kitchen. And there's the window waiting for us. You can look out and say good morning to the garden. Or to see if it's going to rain or to be nice. And you can see if the dog next door is doing stuff in Nana's flower beds. She does not like that. Sometimes Poppy says in a real loud voice, "Hello, world, what have you got for us today?" Nobody ever answers, but he doesn't care. Poppy makes breakfast. He says it's his specialty. My favorite is oatmeal with bananas and raisins that you can't see because he hides them down deep inside. I find them all. When I get dressed, I help Nana in the garden. It's a very nice garden, but there's a tiger who lives behind the big bush in the back, so I don't ever go there. What? Can there be a tiger in Nana's garden? He's using his imagination, I think. Or maybe it's just a striped cat that he calls a tiger. I ride my bike too. Not in the street, please. Or collect sticks and acorns. Not in the house, please. Or I just kick my ball around. Sometimes when it's hot, Poppy chases me with a hose and I yell, "Stop it, Poppy, stop it!" When he does, I ask him to do it again. Nana just shakes her head. There's Poppy squirting his hose. When I get tired, I come in and take my nap and nothing happens until I get up again. Then sometimes I just sit by the hello goodbye window and watch. Nana says it's a magic window and anybody can come along when you least expect it. Tyrannosaurus Rex. He's extinct, so he doesn't come around very often. The pizza delivery guy. Pepperoni and cheese. He knows that's my favorite. The Queen of England. Nana is English, you know, so the Queen likes to come for tea. They all could come, and a lot more if they want. And if they do, I'll see them first. Probably in his imagination. Mommy and Daddy pick me up after work. Oh, guess they did go to work. I'm glad because I know we're going home, but it makes me sad too because I have to leave Nana and Poppy. You can be happy and sad at the same time, you know. It just happens that way sometimes. When we leave, we always stop at the window to blow kisses goodbye. When you look from the outside, Nana and Poppy's house has lots of windows, but there's only one hello goodbye window, and it's right where you need it. When I get my own house someday, I'm going to have a special hello goodbye window too. By that time, I might be a Nana myself. I don't know who the Poppy will be, but I hope he can play the harmonica. Aww. And that's the end of the hello goodbye window. It's real or pretend, and the same is true for this one, real or pretend. Well, this one has bears that go fishing and talk, so that one's definitely pretend. What's Mrs. Casamasa's word for that? Fake, fiction, fiction. That's Mrs. Casamasa's word. This one, though, it doesn't have talking animals. Seems like it could be real, right? We call that realistic fiction. Oh, that's such a first grade thing to know. It seems like it's real, but it's not. It could be. It could just be somebody's remembering the hello goodbye window from when they were little. Does it have a problem? No. What did this book do for us? It told us about the hello goodbye window, right? And all the special things it does. I hope you like this one because this is one of my favorites. Remember how she at the end said, when I grow up, when I get my own house someday, I'm going to have a special hello goodbye window? Well, I have a plan too, because I want to be like that, Nana and Poppy. And I would like to have a hello goodbye window too.